all the words in my title are very important. IPR, intellectual property rights, innovation, economics and access. It's not. आपका क्यों उधर You carry on, I'll keep it aside. So friends, every time we expect that there should be some roadmap in the presentation. I never keep any roadmap in my presentation. But let me assure you, it is by no means boring. It will remain interesting for you. We'll keep you awake for next 30 minutes, don't worry. Friends, knowledge is already built in guidelines, correct? Everything is there online. Everything is there as a resource available for all of us. But it is up to us how we implicate, how we replicate, and how we inflate. Next, please. Let me tell you some of the breaking news in intellectual property rights. This is really, we all are lucky to have such good news from the intellectual property rights for all of us in India. First is, in first time, in last 11 years, the number of domestic patent filings surpasses the number of international patent filing in India during the first quarter of this 2022. It's a landmark. Look at the number, the total applications which were filed in Indian Patent Office were 19,796, amongst which the domestic filing was 10,706 and the international filers, foreign filers, they were 9,090. Till this time, before this quarter of 2020, the picture was reverse. We were filing less number of patent applications or IP applications in the Indian Patent Office. Now, the promising step has come up. And the sole reason is, like we know, there are different schemes of Government of India which has come up. They are focusing innovation. They are focusing startup schemes. And the effect of that is before you. Look at the graph. The above graph and the lower graph. Lower graph shows the filing of domestic, quarter-wise filing. This is the picture from 11-12, last 10 years pictures. And the graph shows what was the number which we were filing in Indian Patent Office. And see this quarter of 2022, suddenly it has a sharp rise. So this is good. To cheer for India, I think. Next please. Second breaking news, filing of patents have increased from 42,763 in 2014-15 to more than 66,000 in 2022. 21 effectively. 22 is yet to complete. So there is a 50% increase in the span of this 7 years of time. This is like we are, there is now awareness of intellectual property rights amongst us. We have recognized the potential of IP and the filing and getting protection ahead. The next is nearly 5 times increase in grant of patents. In 2014-15, 5,978 patents were granted. See, application is the first step of IP application. But what is important is to getting it granted based on the criteria that we have fulfilled as per the law. So this was the number in 14-15, 5,978. The same number in 21-22 goes to 30,000. It is 5 times. So now we are more intellectual, now we are more lawful, now we have understood what are the steps needed to file and what kind of invention that could be protected in India. So the picture is before you. The graph is before you to see. Next please. There is a reduction in time of patent examination from 72 months that was there in 2016-17. Now it has come down to 5 to 23 months. When I was in OCAD, Global Intellectual Property Rights. So it used to take more than 6 years of time to get it granted, the application.
10 years.
10 years.
I have 3 patents which are granted after 10 years, 9 years and 10 years.
Example is before you. And even my application I filed in 2012 and got granted in 21. So the now picture is changed. So feel confident. We have more resources, we are more perfect in putting the techno-legal features in your application, and the office is also getting grown now. Earlier there were problems in the offices to understand the law and technicality.
Any reason behind it? Why 10 years or that time duration is quite long?
Yes, there were a lot of amendments happened. Earlier it was a real invention focus, and the technocrats which were trained in Indian Patent Office. What happened, the act came in existence in 1970, and then there was a major shift in the law, in the form of amendment that happened in 2005 January. So before that it was more of the casual, we were process oriented, not the product. So that
Yes, sir. Now audible.
So that understanding, even in the patent office, with the Indian Patent Office examiners, was little low. Now we are more developing our skills, and even they. The number of examiners are also increasing. Still we are short of examiners as compared to the picture.
Speaker's
So
voice.
overall there is a better office functionalities in terms of technical as well as legal understanding. So now that is solving the problem and reducing the time to get it granted. India's ranking, this is very important to say. If you look at the Global Innovation Index,
1 minute. Audio is not. Hello, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Yes, आवाज आ रहा है.
yes, online.